Peace.
Assalamu alaikum. Peace. You know, I'm very tired because all day I was busy seeing patients with a, and I myself had a headache. Then the secretary of the MSA asked me, she said, can you rush and be there because so many young people will be demonstrating for justice and peace. And here I come and all my tiredness is gone looking at you, because you know why? When I was 12, 13, a brutal war was raging, and there was a man, who called himself the prettiest man in the world, very handsome man, beautiful body. He would float like a butterfly and he would sting like a bee, and he was the world champion, Muhammad Ali. And you know, he gave up his championship for the sake of peace, and he said, I'm not going to go and fight the Viet Cong 10,000 miles because they did not kill me, they did not enslave me. He said it in a very beautiful way. Of course, I'm not eloquent as he was. And that changed history, because that inspired lots and lots of young people like you. And all over the US, the anti-war movement became so powerful on the college campuses. And in a few years, America was forced to end that brutal war. A couple of days ago when I woke up and I found out about Hamas, going into Israel and this new war happening, and the first thing that hit me was Tet Offensive. You being students should go and learn. Tet Offensive, the way Hamas went in was not because of their religion or culture or anything. It was just a strategy that they used. And that strategy was used by General Ho Chi Minh, who defeated two superpowers, the French Republic and then the United States. So in 1968, he sent his guerrillas deep into South Vietnam, deep into Saigon, which is now called Ho Chi Minh City. They even attacked the American embassy. Most of them were killed. And the world said that what was this stupid mistake of sending your guerrillas deep into enemy territory. But by that, he gave message to American youth that this is a useless war. Why are you going to come here and fight a war that you are not going to win? So what Hamas did, nothing to do with their ideology or their culture. People do that when you oppress them, when you kill their children, when you occupy their land for 75 years, when every week you hear about Israeli army and Israeli settlers who get money from Brooklyn and Florida and California, rampaging through Palestinian towns. Every kind of terrorism that you can see, including terrorism against trees and orchards, terrorism against water, stealing their land, cutting down their trees, killing their children. And then every week you see their holy site being desecrated. And every day they remember 5,000 people in Israeli jails, some of them for many, many years under administrative detainment. Every day the apartheid, humiliation on them. And then, who should you blame? I blame three people. I blame Netanyahu, I blame Trump, and I blame Biden. Netanyahu, who has no ideology, who has no conscience, he's a psychopath like Trump, to remain in power. He created the most fascist government that Israel had, and then started increasing the level of atrocities on the Palestinians. He was first helped by Trump. And then Biden, to win his re-election, comes up with this brilliant idea of a plan of creating friendship between Saudi Arabia, the tyrant of Saudi Arabia, MBS, and Netanyahu, sidelining Palestinians. So the Palestinians' lands were stolen and now their hope was stolen. So they did what they thought they had to do. So in response to that, now all this media narrative that these are barbarians, these are, subhumans. Remember in your school social studies, those savages who were the original inhabitants of this land, and they were called savages. And what happened when they were called savages? They were eradicated from the whole of the continent. So this subhuman, this animal that they are calling the Gazans, is being done to prepare the ground for genocide. And people like you, the hope of America, the youth of America, when you talk to your college mates and your professors, and when you go out on the street, can stop it, because Israel cannot do this genocide without the help of America. The bombs that are falling are supplied by America. The planes that are flying over Gaza are supplied by America. The tanks that are going to go into Gaza now and kill men, women, and children will be supplied by America. So we have to push the arms of our government so that this coming genocide stops, that this brutal occupation stops. All over the world, colonization has come to an end except in Palestine. You know, I come from India. Gandhi, unfortunately, Gandhi, who was killed, the people who killed Gandhi are now ruling India, and they are close friends of Netanyahu, Prime Minister Modi. You know, Gandhi was against the creation of Israel. Why? Was Gandhi an anti-Semite? Gandhi was not even a Muslim. So this was colonization. Okay, now then you colonize part of Palestine. Then in '67 you take some more. Then you keep taking more and more every year, and this is how Palestinians responded. So what we have to do now is to end this cycle of violence, address the root cause of this war that has gone on for too long, end the occupation, and the war will end. Palestinians or Muslims are not born terrorists. Native Americans were not born savages. You know, just in Massachusetts, I was just go out and study it. In 1755, a proclamation was made. I don't remember the name of the proclamation. And there they said that everybody who brings a scalp of a Native American girl or a boy less than 12 years old will be given money equivalent to $12,000 of today's time. $12,000 for a child. And you know, if they get a grown-up man's scalp, they would be paid 2.5 times that, $30,000. Let us stop that going on in Palestine. You know, and you can stop it, nobody else, because your politicians and my politicians are cowards. You know, they are cowards. I mean, they can criticize American army when it commits brutality, but they are afraid to criticize Israeli army. Why? You know, and then the media, talk to the media. How much of the media is giving out the context to this? What part of the media is being part of this demonization? You create AI-generated images. The only time we heard of rapes was in 1940s by the Prime Minister Begin, who was later given the Nobel Peace Prize. He writes in his book that in Deir Yassin, they killed in April of that year, they killed lots of Palestinian men, raped the women, and then tied the naked woman and then paraded them in the surrounding villages so that all the Palestinians fled. That was the time we heard of rape. There's no documented case of rape. I mean, every loss of life is bad. You know, we should avoid bloodshed. That's why I said, you know, I'm part of Muslim Peace Coalition, the first anti-war Muslim coalition that was formed after September 11 when Afghanistan was attacked, when Muslims were too scared to speak out. So we are against war. We do not glorify war. I'm a physician. War is bad. It kills people. It creates orphans. It maims people. War is bad. But then don't force people to commit war. You go and, you know, in the spring try to steal the eggs or a baby of a sparrow or a squirrel. It's going to fight back. So for how long will the Gazans keep quiet, or the West Bankers keep quiet, or, you know, Ukrainians will keep quiet, or anybody else? So please, what you're doing is beautiful. I came here, I'm refreshed, and, you know, talk to the media, talk to them in the language that they understand. You do not have the accent that I do. You know about Native Americans, you know about genocide, you know about Tet Office, you know about Vietnam, you know about how, you know, the youth changed history in America. You know, now when American democracy is backsliding, you are our hope, not only for Middle East, but also in America. Thank you so very much for doing this.